On a chilly Christmas Eve, a woman boards a train, her breath misting in the cold air. She finds her reserved seat, but there's something already on it. A sealed, cream-colored envelope. Her name is written across the front in elegant, old-fashioned script. Her heart thumps a little faster. Who could have possibly left this for her? With trembling fingers, she breaks the seal. Inside, there's a simple card that reads, "This ticket was meant for you." Tucked behind it is an old, faded photograph. It's a picture of her, no older than 5, bundled up in a winter coat, standing on a train platform. Beside her is a little boy, his face bright with a smile she can't quite place. The station sign behind them is clear. Heartwarming. She furrows her brow, trying to remember. Heartwarming. She's never heard of it. The boy, a complete stranger. It feels like a dream she can't quite grasp, a memory that isn't hers. Confused, she flags down the conductor, a kind-faced man with silver hair. She shows him the envelope, the card, the photo. His eyes soften with a strange mix of surprise and recognition. He tells her a story that sends a shiver down her spine. "That seat," he says, his voice a low, gentle rumble. "It's been reserved for you every single Christmas Eve for the last 20 years. The ticket was always paid for, but it always went unclaimed. So every year, we'd reissue it, just in case. Just in case." What? The mystery deepens, a thread pulling her towards something unknown. She looks back at the card in her hand and notices more writing on the back. A simple instruction that makes her breath catch. "Meet me in car 3. when the bells ring." Bells? What bells? The train is quiet, save for the rhythmic clatter of wheels on the track. As the train glides through the darkening countryside, a soft, melodic chime echoes through the cars. The bells, it's time. Her heart feels like it's going to beat right out of her chest. So who'd say go? Is this a prank? A mistake? But something stronger than her doubt, a pull of curiosity and a flicker of something else, gets her to her feet. She makes her way down the aisle, her hands clammy, pushing through the doors into car 3. The car is dimly lit, cozy, and almost empty, except for one person. A man, about her age, stands by the window, looking out at the snow-covered landscape. He turns as she enters, and his eyes meet hers. There's a warmth in his gaze, a sense of familiarity that's both startling and comforting. "I was hoping you'd come," he says, his voice gentle. He tells her he's been waiting, not in a strange, obsessive way, but to keep a promise. A promise made a long, long time ago. He reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out his own set of treasures. A matching photograph, showing the same 2 children from his perspective. An old, worn ticket stub, stamped with a date from 2 decades ago. And finally, a small, folded piece of paper, a note written in a child's clumsy handwriting. He unfolds it carefully. It's a promise. "If we get lost, we meet here again." Her mind is reeling, trying to piece it all together. How could she forget something like this? It turns out, her mother had moved them away from her childhood home suddenly after her father passed away. In her grief, her mother tried to protect her daughter from the pain of the past, from chasing after what she called unreal memories. Over the years, the real, vibrant memory of Heartwarming and her childhood best friend faded, becoming nothing more than a recurring, hazy dream she could never fully recall upon waking. It wasn't just a place she'd forgotten. It was a part of herself she'd lost. Like and subscribe to Love and Us as they talk. The world outside the train window becomes a blur of twinkling Christmas lights from distant houses. Inside, in the warm, quiet bubble of car 3, she feels a sense of rightness, a feeling of coming home. Her heart seems to recognize him long before her mind can catch up. The way he smiles, the sound of his laugh fits like a song she forgot she knew the words to. Every story he shares about their childhood adventures fills in another blank space in her memory. painting a vivid picture of a friendship that was supposed to last a lifetime. He wasn't a ghost from a dream. Was real. Just as she's beginning to feel the solid ground of her own past beneath her feet again, a voice crackles over the train's intercom. Smooth and calm. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be making an unscheduled stop. Next station, Hollow Pine. Her head snaps up, her eyes wide. She looks at him, then at the route map on the wall. Hollow Pine isn't on this line. It's a decommissioned station, a ghost on the rails. It's not on the route, she whispers, a new wave of disbelief washing over her. He just smiles, a knowing, gentle smile. It is tonight, he says. The train slows, its brakes hissing softly as it pulls into a station that shouldn't exist. Through the window, she sees it. The platform of Hollow Pine is aglow, not abandoned and dark, but alive with hundreds of glowing lanterns and strings of brilliant Christmas lights. It's as if the entire town has been waiting, keeping a tradition alive for someone they knew was still on their way. The doors slide open with a gentle whoosh, letting in a gust of crisp, pine-scented air. He stands and offers her his hand. As they step onto the glowing platform, he reaches into his pocket one last time and pulls out a fresh, crisp train ticket. He places it in her palm. Stamped across it in bold, red ink is a single word. Home. He looks at her, his eyes reflecting the warm light of the lanterns. You don't have to repay the past, he sighs softly. You just have to choose your future. Right now, in that moment, standing on the magical platform of a forgotten town, everything becomes clear. The miracle wasn't the train stopping, but the ticket waiting for her. The miracle was in the belief, his unwavering belief, that she was worth waiting for, and her newfound belief that she was worth coming back for. She looks from the ticket in her hand to the man who kept a childhood promise for 20 years, and she chooses. She chooses him. With a smile that finally reaches her eyes, she takes his hand, and together they step back onto the train, ready to start their journey home. Thanks for watching.